Boys, UFC Vegas 100 Magny versus Prates just finished up, and I'm not gonna lie, okay, maybe I was a little bit too harsh on this card. It did deliver. It was a pretty fun, exciting, and fast card, I'm not gonna lie. Even though, yeah, we did have a bunch of pullouts on this card, it was still fun. It was still entertaining. We still had some good, fun fights on this card. And as you guys can see, we have every single winner, a couple losers on this main card, as well as those prelims. Nothing but the winners. But we're going to stick to that main card right now, run through every single person on screen, do some rare matchmaking on who they should fight next. And yeah, quickly before we start, if you guys do like these matchmaking videos, I do this for every single card, not just pay-per-views, not just special events, every single card, every Saturday. So if you like that kind of stuff, leave a like on this video and subscribe. Those post notifications turn on. Let's start this video off. Carlos Prates got that knockout win over Neil Magny. You know, it's not like I told you guys that Neil Magny was coming off a knockout loss 5 months ago. It's not like I was telling you guys that. It's not like I'm telling you that, you know, this dude's, the power that Carlos Prates has, if the leech was able to, you know, eat some of these bombs before eventually getting put away, it's not going to take much to put away someone like a Neil Magny, which is, you know, it's sad to see. It is what it is. Carlos Prates called out two guys. One of the guys he's definitely not getting because he's ranked number 4, and I do believe he's fighting Colby Covington next. So we'll give him his second call out, Jeff Neal. Perfect guy for Carlos Prates right now. Winner of this can get, you know, a top, for Prates, if he wins this, he can get like a top 5, to be honest. I think this dude's like the Pereira of this division, and I think the UFC sees that, gonna want to build this guy up fast. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this guy on the Australia card next year against Jeff Neal, put him as like the featured fight of the night. I could 100% see that happening, and I could 100% see the UFC wanting to build this guy up and wanting to promote him, give him some fights. You know, this dude has never went to the 3rd round, didn't even get to the 2nd round in this fight. He's ready to go. Yes, there was parts where he was getting hit, where I do think, you know, maybe Jeff Neal can cause some problems for Carlos Prates, but I just see this dude going on a wrecking spree, to be honest, a knockout spree. And I think Jeff Neal's just going to be the next guy up, because who are you going to give him? Are you going to give him Wonder Boy? I don't really want to see my boy Wonder Boy get flatlined again. You know, there's not anyone, you know, he just cracked the top 15 with his performance. There's not many people other than a Jeff Neal that's a realistic next bump up for Carlos Prates. So Carlos Prates, Jeff Neal, let's make this for the Australia card. Moving down, Neil Magny, poor, fragile Neil Magny. This dude needs some time off. I don't want to see him fight until sometime mid next year. And that's perfect because I want him to fight the winner of Randy Brown and Brian battle. The winner of this, I think, you know, gets a top 15 after that. If Neil Magny wins, give him a top 15 name so he can get back into the rankings. If the winner of Randy Brown versus Brian battle win, same thing for them. I just think this is a good, logical next step up for these two guys, whoever wins, and a good step for Neil Magny after coming off of back-to-back knockout losses. And to be honest, I think this is the last time we saw our boy Neil Magny get into the rankings. It is what it is. Let's keep going down. Ritter got it done over the legend GM3, the boy himself. Although, you know, there were parts where GM3 was looking so good. It is what it is. Got knocked down in the 1st round, submitted in the last. It is what it is, you know. He had moments of success. Ritter was just better everywhere, which was pretty surprising. But I think I don't want to give him a top 15 opponent next. I think if he beats this guy, we look at the top 15. And I just think this would be a super fun matchup again. You know, something like a GM3, maybe a little bit more dangerous on the feet than a GM3, but a good next step up. Someone who, you know, he can win against and also lose against. Talking about Andre Muniz, I think this would be a really fun matchup, something like a, you know, GM3 fight. I think this would be a level above the GM3 fight, and it did show that, you know, Ritter didn't have much problems getting past GM3. It is what it is. Let's go down to GM3. You know, I don't care what anyone says. Title run starts now for GM3. Let's get this boy into the title contention talk. With that being said, next up for him, Jacob Malkoun. He gets this one done. We're talking about 2 more fights to the top 15. After that, we're talking about, you know, 3 fights till a title shot. This is the title run we've all been dreaming for. GM3 title run starts right now. This is just a little bit of a hiccup, but Jacob Malkoun, I think this is a good logical next step up for both of these guys. And You know, maybe GM3 can get it done. It is what it is. Gaston got it done. Let's do Gaston versus... I was struggling to put, like, who to put him here. You know, he's 2-1 in the UFC right now. Not that bad, not that great either. Dan Argueta. I think this would be a fun matchup. Gaston did look really good in this fight. I'm not going to lie. I think this would be a stupidly fun fight. We can even do as a... I don't want to say early prelims of like a pay-per-view. I don't even really want to say prelims of a fight card. This could be a main card type of fight in a non-pay-per-viewed fight, or maybe like in the high prelim spot in a pay-per-view spot. Regardless, I think this would be a fun matchup. Let's go down. Gillian Robertson got it done. Did you guys see? Was it just me, or did she do the first ever, 12-6 elbow to the gooch? Like, am I the only one that saw that? Be realistic. I know all of you guys saw that round one. 12-6 right in the gooch. Everyone saw that shit. I thought I was tripping when I saw that, but legendary performance from Gillian Robertson. Let's give her a bump up in competition and in the rankings. Get her in closer to that top 10 area. Lupi Godinez. I also believe this is a fresh matchup for both of these girls, which is pretty surprising because it does seem like Gillian Robertson has fought a good chunk of these women fighters. Let's do this one next. Robertson didn't take the most amount of damage this fight. She can probably bounce back relatively soon here. Probably early next year sometimes. Let's do that one next. And then Malik got it done. I think the UFC is gonna push this guy decently hard. And I think, they're gonna give him a name guy next. A guy he's probably gonna knock out in the first round. That name guy in this division is probably gonna be Julian Marquez. Because Julian Marquez, he's at the end of his career. I believe he's like 34 right now. Not doing the best record-wise. He does have somewhat of a name value. I think they're going to feed him Julian next. And, build this guy up slowly but smartly. I think this is the next opponent. Let's quickly run through these prelims. I know a lot of you guys aren't the biggest fans of these prelims and don't really care, but we'll run through them quick. Denise Gomes. Let's match her up with another girl who just fought on this card, Luana Pinheiro. Girl who fought Gillian Robertson. Makes all the sense to match these two up next. They'll be on the same schedule wise, plus Denise Gomes deserves a top 15 fight at this point. Then Elizeu got it done. Short notice replacement. He still got it done. Doesn't matter. I think we just rebook Nicholas Dalby, to be honest. Unfortunately, yes, Elizeu did get it done, but it was, again, short notice. You can't really put much stock into that. No one's going to be that impressed that he beat him because he was supposed to beat someone like that on short notice. I think we just redo this Dalby fight and do this sometime early next year. Let's go. Carlos Radtke got it done. It's so sad because I think we just saw Matt Semmelsberger get kicked from the UFC after that fight. That guy was on a huge losing streak, and I think we just saw Charles Radtke not only just finish him, but also finish his career in the UFC. It is what it is. Charles Radtke, Trevin Giles, makes all the sense in the world. Let's run this one next, probably sometime early next year. Even put this on a prelim pay-per-view. I wouldn't be mad about that. Damon Blackshear finally got it done. Finally got a name on his resume. Let's give him another semi-good name on his resume. Garrett Armfield. I think he can get it done over Garrett Armfield as well. Plus, Armfield not having the most success in the UFC. I think it's time we see the run of Damon Blackshear at this point. I think the run started here. I think the next logical step is Garrett Armfield. And yeah, just looks really good out there. Keep going down. I totally forgot about this one. We need to cut Tricoli because holy shit, he's so bad. It's literally so sad that he can be this bad in the best promotion in the world. Tricoli, he's only in the UFC because of Mackenzie Dern. We need to cut his ass. Let's be realistic. Tresean Gore submitted that boy in the first. He submitted the way taller opponent via guillotine, a standing guillotine. Autism, whatever. Tresean Gore, let's do Tresean Gore versus Sadiq Dumbass. We got Bunkain versus, I forget what that dude's name, the dude with a thick neck. I think his name was just Thick Neck, but battle of the memes right here. We got Bunkain and Thick Neck, so let's run that one next. Melissa Mullins also got it done versus, the debuting girl. Not that big of a surprise. Jolie Nunes is next. I think this makes all the sense in the world. Fresh matchup. Let's run these guys next. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this card? I actually really enjoyed it. It was way way better than I expected, even though we did lose a good chunk of some fun fights. It is what it is. You know, Cody Garbrandt wasn't on here hanging with the boys. Sad times. It doesn't matter. It was still a fun card. And yeah, let me know about these rare matchmaking. What do you guys think of that? Quickly, look at this shit too. 99% of you guys are just watching this shit for free when your boy has been putting his blood, sweat, and tears into this shit, grinding, pumping out that content. Help your boy out get to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, there's really not that much else left to say except for I will see you guys in my next video.